Hi guys, and welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I will go through what are, in my opinion, some of the most exciting rewards we will be able to get in patch 11.1. And in this list, I will include all types of items from consumables to mounts to cosmetic items to like other things. So really, I'm going to try to bring to your attention all the different items that, in my opinion, are really interesting or that look really nice and that I'm super excited to get in patch 11.1. At number 14, we have all the different green consumable items you will be able to pick up from some of the different chests around the new zone Undermine. So you will be able to normally only pick these different items up once per character. So if you have multiple arts, normally you will still be able to get more of them. And these are also BOE items that you can sell on the auction house. And these different items will allow you to get some pretty interesting stats. For instance, you will be able to get plus 8% of intellect, plus 8% of agility, of strength, and also plus 10% of movement speed. And so these different items are definitely going to be very interesting and very useful. Then at number 13, we have these new use on pickup drinks. So as you can see, these are items that you will consume automatically as soon as you get them. So you cannot just have them in your bag and wait to use them for later. You will automatically use them and receive the bonus stats as soon as you pick up the item. And so here you have different type of these different items. The weakest one is this one, and as you can see, it will increase the lowest secondary stat by 4%, when the highest one will increase all stats by 4%, and here it includes both primary and secondary, which is actually really good. After that, at number 12, we have the Consumables Dealer's Chip. So as you can see, this is this item that you will be able to receive at Renown 11 and Renown 15 with the new Renown track for the raid Liberation of Undermine. And with this chip, you will be able to go talk to a specific vendor that will be selling all the different cosmetic variations of the different weapons from the raid in normally all the different difficulties, which I think is really nice because it means that if you really want a specific item but you are unlucky and you're not managing to get it, or if maybe it's not for your right specialization and so you cannot really get it through the raid, you will be able to get the appearance through these different chips. And so this is something that overall I think is pretty interesting. After that, we have the D.R.I.V. 7001. So this is a new toy that you will be able to buy from Reno Jackson in Donegal. You will need to progress a little bit in the season 2 of Delves in order to get access to this item at the vendor. And when you have this toy with you, as you can see, you will be able to call down the D.R.I.V. 7001 to get a ride to a random bountiful delve. And so it means that wherever you are, you can click on that and it will let you go directly to the nearest, or at least any of the remaining bountiful delves that you haven't done on your character. So I think this is something that can be pretty useful if, for instance, the last remaining delve is pretty far from you and you can, directly get teleported using this toy. The only a little bit annoying thing is that it's 1 hour cooldown. But again, at least this is something you will be able to use pretty regularly, and I think this is a very useful toy overall. After that, at number 10, we have the new Darkmoon mounts that we will be able to get at some point through the trading post and probably also through the shop. And I've already said in multiple videos that I'm really a big fan of these mounts, but again, I really think these mounts look absolutely awesome. And so you will be able to get different variants of these different mounts, and all of them, in my opinion, look really cool. And so personally, I'm super excited for these different Darkmoon Chargers mounts, and I can't wait to see how exactly we will be able to get them, and especially how you can make them match as much as possible with some of the existing items in the game. Then at number 9, I want to show you all the new cloak appearances that we're going to get in this new patch, and some of them are, in my opinion, really cool. So for instance, here through the delves, you will be able to get these 2 key Tmog items that will be back pieces. Then, for instance, you have all these different rockets right here, which again, I think they really look cool. And you have this one as well, which is the one from the raid. You also have these different goblin ones right here, which are also pretty interesting. Next to that, we also have this new battery one, which again, I think looks super unique and really cool. Especially it's going to be cool with all the different items from Undermine. And finally, you also have these new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles back pieces. So you have the normal one right here, then you have the one with the little spikes on it, and finally you have the one with the Mogushan a little bit, or like Pandaren things on top of it. So again, I think all these new cloaks are really cool and very unique, so I think this is cool to have more options in the game in general. Then after that, we have this mace right here, the Machine Gob's Iron Grim. So this is a very, very big mace, and I think it looks super unique, really cool. And right now, we're still not really sure on how exactly you will be able to get it. It's probably going to be a rare common drop from either the different raid bosses or from some rares in the new zone. After that, we have the Big G mount. So this is the new mythic mount from Gallywix in the Liberation of Undermine raid. And this mount, in my opinion, is really amazing. It's first of all super massive. It's also very unique. And overall, this is a really cool mount that you will be able to get in 11.1. Remember that this mount will be a guaranteed drop until the end of the War Within, and after that it will become very hard to get it, so I would recommend you to try and get it before the end of the War Within, because again, in my opinion, this is a really cool mount to get in the game. And just to show you, this is the mount special, so as you can see, basically it will look like that, which again I think is super cool. After that, we have these new cosmetic sets that will be coming into the game at some point in 11.1. And I think these look really cool. So as you can see, you will either be able to choose the moon or the sun version of the set each time. And you have the red version and also the blue version. And again, these, in my opinion, look absolutely incredible. We don't know yet how you will be able to get these different sets, but my guess is that probably it will be linked to the training post and to the completion achievement when maybe you reach like 2 years instead of 1 year. And I think it would make sense because these different sets are absolutely amazing, and probably they would change during the night and the day, which would be similar to the previous sets that we got through the achievement linked to the training post. Next to that, we also have this new cool cosmetic item, which is the Darkfuse Lowdown coat. So this is something that will probably be linked to the Darkfuse Solutions cartel, which is the 5th secret cartel of the Undermine. And as you can see, you will be able to buy it from a vendor. And the reason why I think this item is so cool is because with this coat, you will basically be able to build your own Matrix transmog set, which I think is super nice. And so again, I made a video on that explaining exactly which type of items you need in order to build this really cool Matrix set. I would encourage you to go see it. After that, obviously, we have the new G99 mount that will be the mount you will be able to use to have the drive capacity. And so this is definitely one of the new key components of this new patch, and definitely something that you will have to interact a lot with in the new zone. So this is something that hopefully you will enjoy. Personally, I'm not that interested in it. I don't really care. But if you enjoy drifting around and going super fast, then definitely this is going to be the perfect mount for you. And of course, you will also be able to customize it, upgrade it, and have all these different type of things linked to it, which I think is going to make it even more interesting. After that, we have another really interesting toy, and this time this is the everlasting Noggenfogger Elixir. So this one you will be able to buy it with your different resonance crystals when reaching Exalted with the Steam Whittle cartel. And here, the reason why I think this is so cool is simply because you will be able to use it at any time in order to get one charge of the Noggenfogger. So again, it can include, for instance, getting Snowfall, being transformed into a skeleton, or getting your size reduced. And as you can see, it will only cost you 50 silver each time, and you can use it indefinitely, and normally the different buffs will remain for 10 minutes. After that, we also have this item right here, the Miscellaneous Mechanica. So this item will be used in order to buy different type of mounts and pets from different vendors in the Undermine. And here, the main reason why I'm putting it at number 2 is because right now, based on what's available in the PTR, the 3 mounts that you can buy with these different items. As you can see, you have the Margin Manipulator, the Innovation Investigator, and the Asset Advocator are binds when used, which means that normally you will be able to buy them with these items and then sell them on the auction house. And if it remains the case, then it means that you will be able to make a lot of gold with these different items, which will be very, very interesting. So again, we'll have to wait and see. And even if that's not the case, these items are still very interesting because again, with them, you will be able to buy different pets and also these 3 really cool mounts. And these will be random drops from all the different rares in the new zone and also from the different Paragon chests from all the different cartel reputations and probably also from a few other activities. And so definitely some very interesting items that you should always keep with you safely in order to then buy these really cool rewards. And of course, at number 1, we have the new T-Rex mount. So this is this mount right here. This is the boss version of the mount. Sadly, I cannot access the Warhead version of the mount, but this is basically going to be the mount, and I think it's really, really cool. This is the first time we are getting a T-Rex mount, which I think is super nice. And of course, it's like a mechanical T-Rex, which is making it even more badass. And also, it will be actually a very big mount. It will be like small like that on top of the mount. So overall, in my opinion, this is really what I'm the most excited about from this patch, and definitely what I think the most people are gonna want to get through this new patch. Now, a little bit, the only annoying part with this mount is that instead of being a rare drop from the raid, which is not really a good thing, this mount is a guaranteed drop, but you will only be able to get it when you reach Renown 20 with the Renown track for the Liberation of Undermine raid. And so here, it means that you will need to do the raid for 20 weeks in order for you to reach Renown 20, because you can only have 1 Renown per week for your entire account. And so it means that you will probably need to farm the new raid for around 4 months before you will be able to get the mount. But at least at the end, you will automatically receive the mount, which is pretty nice. So these are my top picks for this list. Of course, there's plenty of other really, really cool rewards, transmog sets, tier sets, and other things that will be added in this new patch. But these are some of the items that I really wanted to bring to your attention. Let me know in the comments what you think about this new patch, about some of these different items, and what you are the most excited for. I will be back very soon with more guides and more videos, and in the meantime, I wish you all a great day. Bye!